Hi, my name is Caleb Street. I'm a film bachelor student at Full Sail University. Growing up, I don't think anybody would have guessed that I'd be pursuing a degree in film. My family was not really a movie family. We didn't really go to the theaters. That was more of a special occasion type thing. New movies entered the home, usually around like Christmas or birthdays. Even in the era of Blockbuster, my family only went, maybe once a month or probably even less. Where video really started to kind of catch my attention was on YouTube. There was just so much variety and it was so accessible that it really inspired me to want to also be a content creator. But being like a middle schooler, I didn't really have the means to do that. So by the time that I made it into high school, my priorities had kind of shifted. As a freshman in high school, I joined my JROTC unit and I got really involved. So much so that by the time I was a senior, as a senior, I was the drill team captain and the cadet battalion commander. I had a really good time, made a lot of friends, and I'd really viewed my high school career as a success. Come to find out that that wasn't necessarily how college application boards felt about it, because I was receiving more rejections than acceptance letters from colleges that I applied to. My JROTC instructor saw my struggles with getting into college, so he introduced me to the Navy recruiter in my area. So I decided to join the Navy. I was looking forward to growing up a little bit, broadening my horizons, because as they say, join the Navy and see the world. However, that was not my experience when I joined the Navy. I enlisted in August of 2014, went to school for a year, and then made it on board the USS Alabama in 2015. The USS Alabama is a nuclear ballistic missile submarine and does not make ports of call. It definitely was not the experience that I was looking for when I'd initially joined the Navy. In 2019, I had a decision to make on whether or not I wanted to stay in the Navy or get out. I decided to go to shore duty, which for me was at Naval Ordnance Test Unit in Cape Canaveral, Florida. I had a lot of fun at Naval Ordnance Test Unit. It's also called NO2. While I was there, I got to support submarines launching missiles. I even got to travel a little bit while I was there. I got to go to San Diego a couple times and even went to Glasgow, Scotland once. It was really awesome. If I could have stayed there forever and just done an entire career there, I for sure would have done it. Unfortunately, that's not how the Navy works. I had to make a decision again on whether or not I was going to get out or stay in. But this time my circumstances were different. I had bought a house when I moved down to Florida, and I'd also moved in with my girlfriend. We had been dating for a couple years, and we dated for a couple more, and then finally we got married in July of 2022. Real power couple, if I do say so myself. Starting a family, we had discussions on what we wanted life to look like, and we knew that moving every 3 to 4 years was not what we wanted. We want kids and we want to raise them close to our family in North Carolina, so kind of getting that control back of being able to move where we want to was really important to us. So I decided to get out of active duty and join the reserves. However, I did have to figure out what I wanted to do after I got out of the Navy. I didn't want to work in a job similar to what I'd been doing. It wasn't really very fulfilling to me. I was looking around and actually an ad for Full Sail came across my TikTok page. I decided to contact the school, start the enrollment process, and I went on a behind-the-scenes tour for video game development. Almost immediately after the video game development behind-the-scenes tour, I knew that that wasn't what I wanted to do. I decided to look at other degrees, and film really stuck out to me. I was thinking about how when I was on those long patrols while I was in the Navy, how much movies had really been kind of a comfort thing for me, something to look forward to, when being far away from home. And then thinking back even further to my days as a kid of wanting to make content on YouTube, I'd actually had the opportunity to do that while I was at NO2, and I'd really enjoyed it. So I decided to ditch video game development and enroll in Full Sail as a film student. With my degree from Full Sail, I'd like to become an editor. My wife and I just recently had a son, and we'd like to raise him closer to our families in North Carolina. By being an editor, it would give me the flexibility to work in any field in the industry from anywhere.